It's Monday, April 19th, 2021, and the morning edition is live. On today's show, we continue our autism awareness series. An entrepreneur turns his love for horses into a business. And Jazz Chisholm puts on a show for the home fans. So let's start the morning off right. To be the rainbow in someone's cloud. Good morning, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis.
And good morning, everybody. Hope you had a great weekend. The weekend went by so fast, LaDawn.
Did you go to church on Sunday?
No, I didn't go to church on Sunday. I know you were going to ask, but I know I did not go to church on Sunday. I'm still following some restriction and protocols, or whatever big words I want to use and don't know the meaning of. That's what I was doing
I
this
haven't
weekend.
been since last year, March. I'm doing pretty bad. But I normally get the live streams from my deacon. He normally sends me the live streams every Saturday. So, yeah.
But I had a great weekend. It went by so fast, and everybody was talking about our show on Friday with the magician and then D-Mac, the performance, and they were saying, boy, Fisher, that money you invested in LaDawn on that wine, and she sure is paying off because it looked like she had some kind of rhythm, so it was gotten a lot of, and I was looking so forward. I was having nightmares, and I can't wait to go to work Monday just to be with LaDawn. You know, you start my week off great.
I had to pull you. I saw that I guess you were thinking on Friday, but I had to pull you to get into the mix of things. I think it was a pretty good show.
Yeah, pretty good show. We have another great week ahead for you. So this 7 o'clock, Monday to Friday, make sure to tune in right here with the morning edition. Charles Fisher, along with my great sidekick, LaDawn Davis. But we also have another person out there, LaDawn Lloyd. He's trying to be a part of it. We got to just bring him in now and again, a little shy, but he's getting out of his shell. He's out there on the street. Good morning, Lloyd.
The traffic report is sponsored by Bahamas First. First in insurance. Today, tomorrow.
Well, good morning, LaDawn and Fisher, and good morning, Bahamas. This is a great start to the Monday morning. Today, we're giving you a first look at traffic, and this one coming in from the roundabout at Tony Williams-Darling Highway and Somala Bala Highway. As you can see from our shots, it's a busy intersection already this morning. Many persons using this intersection to get to their destinations on this Monday morning. This morning, I'm also joined by Constable Prince Dean Jr. from the Royal Bahamas Police Force Traffic Division, giving us an update on traffic developments over the weekend period.
Yes, good morning, Lloyd. Good morning, Bahamas. Over the 24-hour period, we have had 9 accidents in total, 3 of which are just damage only, 5 persons being injured. We also had a hit and run. All right. We advise road users that to be careful on the streets of Nassau while traversing to the street. And right now, currently, we have 8 persons in hospital due to these accidents.
Well, of course, careful is the order of the day, as of course, there are still some challenges here in the capital, including some roadworks ongoing. In addition to that, some traffic lights are still down, particularly the one at Blue Hill and Soldier Road, as well as Palm Tree Avenue and Market Street. But outside of that, on the Family Islands, there is a growing concern for many motorists approaching the curfew time. Officer Dean, talk to us a little bit about that.
Yes, we have persons going home on the clock at 10 p.m. and curfew is at 10 p.m. Give yourself an hour ahead so that you can easily traverse and get home safely. It's better to arrive safe than to don't arrive. So, however, persons need to take their time while operating their motor vehicle after the curfew hours. Those of you who are coming from work late, we want you to be careful, drive with more care and caution. Also, persons drinking and driving, that's not tolerated. You don't need to find any open alcohol beverages. Most fatalities are happening due to persons being under the influence of alcohol beverages, all right?
And before we wrap up today, of course, we're here at Tony Williams and Somala Butler. Talk to us about the speed limit along these highways here, but also on the Family Islands.
Yes, the speed limit on these highways as stated, 30 miles per hour for trucks and buses, 45 for cars. However, persons tend to go over those speed limits. Exceeding the speed limit is an offense in the traffic law book. And most of you who don't know how to use the roundabout, we advise you that you look into your traffic book, learn how to use the roundabout. If it is that you want to go around the roundabout and exit on a further exit, you stay in the inner lane and you traverse around that roundabout rather than trying to stay out on the roundabout, all right?
Well, some good advice coming in there from Officer Dane from the Royal Bahamas Police Force Traffic Division. And, of course, it's been a great start to your Monday morning. Fisher and LaDon, back to you guys in studio.
Staying on the outside, we are waking up to 77 degrees, wind south at 8 miles per hour. Humidity 94%. Low-level trough near the extreme northwest Bahamas will continue to increase chances of unsettled weather over the portions of the northwest Bahamas road tonight. Meanwhile, a weak ridge will continue to maintain gentle to moderate winds around the islands. For the northwest Bahamas, weather partly cloudy to cloudy, hot and humid with a chance of isolated showers and isolated thunderstorms possible, mainly in the extreme northwest Bahamas throughout tonight. Today's high temperature should reach 91 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight's low, 73. Now to your extended forecast for Tuesday. Cloudy, very warm and humid with isolated showers and isolated thunderstorms, possibly mainly in the extreme northwest Bahamas. Variably cloudy and very warm with a chance of a stray shower or two elsewhere. 86 in the day, 73 at night. Wednesday through Friday looking basically the same, mid-80s in the day, low 70s at night.
Let's take a look now at stories making news headlines.
A crime scene early this morning where the body of a male was discovered with apparent stab wounds. It happened just a stone's throw away from our studios here on Collins Avenue and 6th Terrace.
Shortly before 4 a.m., our police control room received reports that a man was lying unresponsive in the street at Collins Avenue just north of 6th Terrace. Officers and medical personnel responded to the scene, discovered the male. Upon examination of the male, they discovered that he was deceased. At present, we are working with limited information, and we are appealing to members of the public, especially those in this community, who may have any information which can assist us with identifying those who are responsible for this incident, or with any information that can lead us to the identity of the man who is now deceased.
Education officials continuing to monitor the new school learning platform since the public school system reopened nearly 2 months ago to combine virtual and face-to-face learning due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Education Minister, the Honorable Jeffrey Lloyd, is somewhat pleased with the operation so far, although he feels more can be done to enhance learning nationally. What concerns him now is the percentage of students currently attending school.
I make it a business to go to as many schools as I can to observe, first of all, how students are received in the morning, temperature checks and the sanitation exercise, number one. Number two, to talk to the administrators. What is the percentage of students who are attending? What are the numbers attending in grade 11, grade 10, grade 12, and the primary schools? Primary schools are much better from a percentage standpoint than those in the 10th and 11th and 12th grade, and that's of a concern to me.
40 new COVID-19 infections being reported in the Ministry of Health's latest release, 28 here in New Providence and the remaining 12 over in Grand Bahama. That brings the total case count nationwide to 9,736. 23 of the new cases are male, the other 17 females. 45 people are detained in hospital, 41 moderately ill, and 4 in the intensive care unit. There are 15 new recoveries, pushing that number to 9,031. The death toll remains unchanged at 194. The National COVID-19 Vaccine Committee adding 2 more vaccination sites to its list in New Providence, the Pilgrim Baptist Church on Camp Road and the St. Anselm's Catholic Church on Burnett Road. Pilgrim Baptist will open Monday through Wednesday and Thursday and Friday only for St. Anselm's. Vaccines will also be administered in New Providence this week at the Kendall Jill Isaacs Gymnasium, the Church of God of Prophecies East Street Tabernacle, and only on Wednesday through Friday at Loyola Hall on Gladstone Road. Walk-up vaccine appointments are only available at the Church of God of Prophecy, Pilgrim Baptist, and St. Anselm's. Vaccinations will take place at the Stapleton School on Dolphin Drive for persons with disabilities and their caregivers today only. Officials of COVID vaccine manufacturer Moderna says it plans to have a third booster shot of the vaccine ready for the fall. company statistics show that with both doses, the vaccine has a 90% chance against the coronavirus. Pfizer has a similar plan in the work as well. And while the country continues to roll out AstraZeneca vaccine, infectious disease specialist Dr. Nakia Forbes weighed in on this latest development.
Don't know for sure how long the immunity for COVID-19 vaccines will last. And then there's also the emerging new variants, of which some vaccines are not fully effective. And so there have been tweaks in vaccines already to cover those newer mutant variants. And it is highly possible that vaccination for COVID-19 could be like the flu shot where you get a booster dose. But the scientific community is still looking at that in terms of how long the immunity will last. And we don't fully know for sure if that's what's going to be needed right now in terms of getting a booster.
Minister of State for Disaster Preparedness, Management and Reconstruction, the Honorable Pakeisha Parker Edgecombe, assessed post-Hurricane Dorian reconstruction efforts in Abaco this past Friday. She visited the new dome houses, the Spring City Debris and Waste Management Facility, the future Abaco Center site, Tall Pines Drive, and the Central Abaco Primary School. State Minister Parker Edgecombe told the media last week that she acknowledged that the wait for hurricane restoration on Abaco and Grand Bahama may have been long, but she assured the government is doing the best it can considering all the devastating natural occurrences that have taken place.
Another first for Josh Chisholm over the weekend. He hit his first home run at home for the Miami Marlins as they took 2 of 3 games this weekend against the San Francisco Giants.
I actually just looked at him the pitch before and I saw his sign and the blue hair and I was like, oh, that's what's up. Like literally the pitch right before, so it was like sick. But it's cool, man. Like, first time hitting a homer in Marlins Park, the stadium's erupting. It was one of the coolest moments I've had so far in baseball, you know, having a at-home homer with fans there. You know, this is the big leagues. This isn't like the minor leagues, you know. So it's kind of sick running around your home bases and everybody screaming instead of complete silence.
Stephen Gardner on the weekend at the Tom Jones Invitational in Florida. The reigning world champion ran 44.71 seconds to take the 40-meter dash with the 4th fastest time in the world this season.
And when we come back, more assistance for those in need. So keep it locked.
At BPL, we are building for better, and that starts with improving customer relations for every single customer. Whether it's your home or business, big or small, we want you to know that you are important to us and that providing you with efficient and reliable energy is our business. Through increased efficiency and our hedging strategy, we've been able to decrease your bills significantly, a much welcome relief in these trying times.
I pay close attention to my BPL bill, and I've noticed a continual decline since July of last year. I'm so happy I can open my bill and know that it's steadily becoming more manageable.
As an entrepreneur, I've seen my electricity bills for home and business go down. This is amazing because now more than ever, it gives businesses and everyone the break they need to not only survive, but to succeed.
At BPL, we're proud of the early success of our strategic plan, and we look forward to consolidating the gains we've made. With more improvements on the way, we are continuing to build for a better future for all of us.
As we continue our series educating Bahamians about autism, another mother speaks out about the impact the developmental disorder has had on her and her family, physically, emotionally, and financially. Here's her story.
I have an 11-year-old son, an amazing son, by the way. His name is Kevin. He's been diagnosed with autism, an intellectual disability, and most recently, epilepsy.
Raising a son with autism has not been easy for Shanae Davis and her family. While sharing her story about her son Kevin's battle with a development disorder, Shanae gave us a breakdown of her son's condition and its different spectrums.
Autism itself is a complex disorder that affects speech. It also affects behavior. It also affects verbal and nonverbal communication. Some persons on the spectrum also have social challenges.
The mother of two also has a 16-year-old daughter with developmental challenges. It's a feat that Shanae says has taken a toll on even her personal life, but she says making sure her children have the best care possible is a top priority.
It can be mentally, physically, and sometimes emotionally exhausting. But, as a mother, we do what we have to do. I'm not the only person, that's going through this challenge. Here at The Reach, we have quite a number of families raising children on the spectrum. And we find that there is some progress based on the statistics abroad, which is United States that we usually go by, United States of America. The ratio is now 1 in every 54. And autism is more prevalent in boys than it is in girls.
Shanae says autism does not have a face, is not a mental disorder, or contagious. She's strongly advising Bahamians, especially during Autism Awareness Month, to become more considerate towards those persons diagnosed with the disorder.
I am the voice for my son. I am the voice for other persons in the community. I am the voice for those other persons who are nonverbal. I am the voice for those parents who are too afraid to come out because, in our society it's sort of taboo to help children with challenges. We go through a lot. Sometimes the only social interaction our children have is at school. If my son is having a tantrum or a meltdown, persons don't understand that. They see it as rude. And, in the past, before I was, as knowledgeable as I am today, I used to become annoyed and sometimes frustrated. But now I use that opportunity to educate persons as it relates to autism and, try to create more awareness.
Later this week, we will share more about the learning curriculum of students with special needs and how parents are breaking down the doors to get their child into a program in our public schools. It's been more than a year since the National Food and Social Assistance Program has been mushroomed, assisting thousands across this country who face new challenges due to the economic fallout of COVID-19. But as some efforts have dwindled, Bishop Wilbert Roll of Living Waters Church says he, along with his members, have committed to assisting those who need it most.
And we've been in prayer meeting on Wednesday, week before last or sometime, and we were talking in our prayer. We were thinking about the manifestation of God. And after prayer, the Lord just spoke to me and told me that we should go ahead and do another helping other poor and feeding them and giving them a coupon.
The congregation raised more than $10,000 and the line for distribution is at its peak, extending from the intersection of Marshall Road and Faith Avenue to the entrance of Bahamas Academy.
I feel great that we have the members that have the heart of their pastor and have the heart of God, that we will always be willing to do these things if the Lord so desire for us.
And as we head to the break, we take a look back at today in Bahamian history. On April 19th, 1960, the 500-passenger SS Florida made its first stop in Freeport, Grand Bahama. It marked the first time that a Bahamian port outside of Nassau was serviced by a cruise ship on a regular basis. Also on April 19th, 1971, the historic Royal Victoria Hotel closed its doors after being in business for more than a century. The famous Bahamian landmark was around for 111 years.
With 99% of medical claims paid in under 5 days, we're like that spider that doesn't climb in your shower. CG Atlantic. Insurance, health, pensions, life. Good like that.
Everything is changing, and your favorite hardware and home improvement store is getting with the program. We Buy You Sell is rolling out its new online shopping feature. If you go to our website, wbusbahamas.com, it's a quick and easy 3-step process. Step 1, browse the gallery and select your item. Step 2, add to cart. And Step 3, check out. Go to our website, wbusbahamas.com, to shop with us today.
In this age of spin, when so much information is suspect, people are searching for information they can trust. The answer? A closer look.
We made tremendous progress with respect to reducing the deficit.
The fact that there will be more infections suggests that there could be more deaths.
But if it is more transmissible, and those strains are all more transmissible, then it means that more people will get infected, more people will have symptomatic disease.
Something about metering.
You're not going to be able to owe BPL $10,000, $20,000.
That situation is in order now, eh?
As you load up that meter, you can use your power.
We in essence have done something with our health travel visa that's going to help our tourism product.
A closer look with Anthony Newbold, where you get the facts you can believe in. Mondays at 8 p.m. and Wednesdays at 9 a.m. right here on the ZNS Television Network.
You are a healthcare worker. Thank you for fighting on the front lines against COVID-19. It is normal to feel stressed when taking care of others who don't feel well. But remember to take care of yourself. Don't forget to rest between shifts, eat healthy meals, engage in physical activity, and stay connected to family and friends. Avoid harmful coping strategies like drinking alcohol. For managers of healthcare workers, the same tips apply to you. Here's how you can help. Consistently give updates, rotate staff between high and low stress level functions, encourage work breaks, and ensure that they know where they can find help. We are here for you.
Our college track and field athletes on top of the game. Houston's Brian Bethel, the class of the field in the women's 40 meters at the Boots Garland Invitational. She ran a personal best 52.87 seconds to secure the win. Meantime, Denisha Anderson at the Tom Jones Invitational, that's a home track at the University of Florida. She helped the Gators to a win in the 4x400 meter relay. Their time of 3 minutes 27.50 seconds is the third fastest in the world this year and the sixth fastest in school history. Some other notable performers on the field. Kansas State Kyle Alcyon won the men's high jump at the Michael Johnson Invitational, clearing 6'10" and 3/4. Iowa's Serena Brown rounding back into form. She took the women's discus at the Husker Invitational with a mark of 183 feet 3/4. And Acacia Aswood representing UNLV. She was second in the women's hammer, a best of 177 feet 8 3/4 of an inch at the Silver Lightning Classic. As for Wagner's Tiffany Hanna, she won the shot put and discus at the Mount St. Mary's Challenge. She took the shot with a heave of 40 feet 4 3/4 and the discus with a throw of 139 feet 4 inches. More long ball shots from our college baseball players also over the weekend. Araj Anu giving yard for the Kentucky Wildcats. He finished the weekend a combined 5 for 12 with a home run, a double, 4 runs batted in and 2 runs scored. The Cats lost 2 of 3 to the Georgia Bulldogs. A great game for Indiana State's Ellison Hanna in the finale of their 4-game series with Valparaiso. He was a perfect 3 for 3 with a home run, 4 runs batted in and 2 runs scored as Indiana State swept their series. And Dalen Alley's hot streak continues for Tusculum. He finished the weekend 4 for 12 with a home run, a double, 4 runs batted in and 6 runs scored. And we also have some tennis news to pass down with the season winding down. Southwestern Athletic Conference tournament is underway in semi-final round action. Yesterday, Aisha Shepard and Jackson State won over Prairie View. Shepard won her singles match 6-3 and 2 over Mahogany Green. She also teamed with Tyra Nicole White for a 6-2 win in doubles. Jackson State plays Alabama State today with the conference title on the line. When we come back, turning a love for horses into a business.
Nature-based tourism supplies almost $50 million in revenue for Androsians every year. These priceless resources will continue to provide renewable benefits for thousands of people for years to come, as long as we take long-term action to preserve what's rightfully ours. The natural environment has played a vital role in our culture and economy for generations. Let's take care of nature, and nature will take care of us.
Here's something different for the young and the young at heart. It's not every day that you get the opportunity to ride a horse. But as Keishla Adderley tells us, one businessman has made it more accessible.
You've heard the term horsing around. Well, here it is in living color. Olympian Nathaniel McKinney could probably give these horses a run for their money. He's turned his love for these animals into a business that locals and curious tourists gravitate to.
For most part, the horses like the beach. The salt water is good for their skin. They will lay down in the sun and play, for foliating their skin themselves. The horses do that themselves. But it's a good therapy for us as well as the horses.
On any given day, you may spot the horses within the city limits, galloping up and down the beach, or even going for a swim.
As a matter of fact, they doggy paddle just like a dog. They just use their four legs and they just go out into water.
Many of these horses are accustomed to the Surrey business, but McKinney and his team have transitioned to personal tours to keep the business afloat amidst COVID-19 and its impact on tourism.
Yeah, they look beautiful. They look adorable. She loves animals. I love animals. We love the Bahamas.
Most importantly, they look happy.
And they look very happy.
We try to do by bookings. You know, our rides are $150 an hour, depending on location. But basically, a remote location for us is basically Jonquina Beach Fish Fry within the areas of the forts. And then we have inner city rides that we do. We established during the pandemic for some of the buggy horses to stay active and also for feeding. So most of our rides go right back into the horses feeding.
So if you're looking for an unconventional activity, McKinney and his team are ready to prove that you can take a horse to water and they actually love to swim right along with you.
Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up,
I know you're from Brandon, and I was in Brandon a year or two ago, and I saw the horses on the beach, so you're used to riding horses.
Yeah, I did try that before. It was pretty good.
And
pretty good ride.
Keisha looked like she found a new best friend. She's just...
Are you gonna try?
No. No, bumpy ride. But this next story, you know, you girls in here, you love your shoes, and I feel I'm young, so they're calling them kicks now. You put your kicks on, so... This story, Marvin's Store, he has produced some uniquely crafted items, straw by store.
We started these about 6 years ago, just experimenting. Wanted to cover a pair of tennis, and nobody knew how to do it, so I did it myself. Made one for somebody just to see how it was done. And while I was making it on the porch, I got orders. And self-taught myself with sewing the machine, using the machine, and that's how I get into it.
This is something not common for a city boy, so to speak. Straw work and stitching.
You know, I'm from Sinsal. My grandmother used to do straw work, so probably in my blood now, I know. So, because I was making them by hand, and the easiest way to get it finished and faster with a neater quality was to learn how to sew. So it wasn't initially something I thought I would have been doing, but it's just something I end up getting good at. Straw is unique to the Bahamas, and I wanted to make a product so that when the tourists go back, they could actually use the product they bought in the Bahamas.
So where does he get his materials from, and what all does he create?
Mostly from Long Island, but wherever I could source it from, I patronize from the straw market as well. I do tennis, slippers, hats, belts, variety.
What are the best sellers?
The tennis. Tennis are the best sellers. They're one of a kind.
Prices range from $84 to $120. It's a well-crafted job.
We started off with a product, Converse, and then we cover it. At first, it was a lot of trial and error, and now we perfected the craft. So, but start to finish is basically just covered, some gluing, some stitching.
How long does it take to fix a shoe?
In the beginning, it started off with 8 hours. Now we're down to about 4 hours a pair. So it ain't that bad.
He is right now trying to market his product not only locally, but internationally.
Right now, things slow. So I get one here, one there. But I have a storefront at Great Cliff, and I make some home. You would find me on Straw by Store, Facebook, Instagram.
I must say, Fisher, you really go on the hunt for these good stories.
So what's your size? 13?
I'm
I mean, so I can put in a
nine and a half. Big foot.
What's the normal size foot for a woman?
I think an 8.
And
size 8.
And you're over it now?
Yeah, I'm like way over it. Yeah.
Big foot Ladon.
But those are some pretty good
good
shoes.
Very crafted. Good work.
Be sure to stay tuned into the ZNS Network for news as it happens, TV and radio updates throughout the day. Then you can tune into Live at 5, the Northern Edition, and the Bahamas Tonight at 7 with Makush Lapinder. And that's it for us this morning. For the entire team, I'm LaDon Davis.
Have a great day, everybody. A blessed one as well.
Have a good day.